start with the leg stretch. So come to sitting on the end of your mat and roll yourself back down, one vertebra at a time. And get yourself into the relaxation position. So pelvis in neutral, feet and knees hip width apart. Have that sense of being nice and open between your shoulder blades at the back, but also nice and open across the front of your shoulders. Your arms gently lengthened by your side without creating any tension in your hands. Have your neck lengthening away from your shoulders and soften your face. So just check there's no tension in your face, especially in your jaw and your forehead. So we'll stay here for a couple of nice deep breaths and get your breath right into the base of your rib cage, not just your upper chest. So as you breathe in, you feel that awareness of your rib cage expanding out at the side. And as you breathe out, just soften the body, soften the face a little bit more. So a couple more nice deep breaths here. But without any arching in the back, without any tension being created. So we just settle our bodies and settle our minds before we start. So keeping this sense of release, take your band and we'll start with the right leg. So wrap the band around the ball of your right foot, holding one end of the band in each hand. Keep your pelvis grounded. Don't be tempted to try and get your leg further above your hip by lifting your pelvis. So you want to stretch your heel away from the mat and get a good stretch behind the knee. Using the band to draw the front of your foot down towards your body. Your elbows can relax on the mat so you don't start bringing any tension into your shoulders. And reach away through your heel. Just see if you can straighten a little bit more behind your knee. And just breathe and relax into this. Don't hold on to the tension. Allow the band to support your leg and just keep breathing to keep yourself relaxed. So now working from the outside of the right ankle, turn the sole of your foot inwards. With the leg straight above the hip, your right toe should be in line with your right shoulder. Your foot doesn't turn into your midline. And then if you need to increase the stretch, you take the whole leg a few inches across the body until you get the stretch that you want. Just check that you haven't slightly bent your knee, and we'll stay here for a few breaths. Now take both ends of the band in your right hand, point your right foot and take your right leg out to the side away from you. You can relax the bent left knee out in the opposite way. You will lose neutral a touch, but having your other knee out helps counterbalance that. So really point your right foot, turn your right leg out from the top of the thigh and get your foot towards the floor. And you feel that nice stretch on your inside thigh. Sometimes you feel it going right up into the pubic bone. And wherever you find a stretch that suits you, just stay in that position and relax into it. So now bend your right knee to bring your right leg back above the hip and then straighten the leg again, back to a flexed right foot and bring the left knee back up in line with the left hip. So now both ends of the band in your left hand. Put your right arm on the floor with your palm down to stabilize your right shoulder. And without letting the right hip roll off, isolate the right leg across the body. The foot isn't turned in, it's just flexed. You might not go very far because it's quite a strong stretch, but at whatever point you can keep relaxed into it, then hold that there for a couple of breaths. And now relax your bent left knee out of the way and slowly let your right hip roll off, but keep your right shoulder blade on the mat. And you're aiming for your right leg to be parallel to the floor. Keep flexing your foot, reaching away through your heel, your right shoulder blade relaxed on the mat, and let the band support your right leg. Try not to hold on to any tension. We're going to stay here for quite a few breaths, roughly half a minute. So just let everything go, let your muscles release. Just check your wrist alignment, that you've got a straight line between the back of your hand and the back of your forearm. Keep reaching away through your heel, keep making sure that your leg hasn't bent slightly. And now bend your right knee into your chest. Use your core, get your back on the mat, back to the center. So no arching in your back. And now swap your left foot into the band before releasing your right foot back down onto the mat, your right leg and knee being in line with the right hip. So back to holding the band one end in each hand. Back to a straight left leg. Flex, reaching away through the heel. Use the band to gently encourage your leg up towards being above the hip without bending at the knee. Remember, each leg will be slightly different. This might not be so tight, but it might be tighter, and just go with that. Each time you release at one point, you can then use the band just a few millimeters further up towards your upper body, but don't tense anywhere else in the body. So now working from the outside of the left ankle, turn the sole of your left foot inwards. To begin with, your left toes in line with the left shoulder, and then you take the leg across the body, just as far as you get your stretch. Your hip isn't coming off, it's just your leg. Keep straight behind the knee, keep turning the foot inwards. Now take both ends of the band in your left hand, point your left foot and take your left leg out to the side, away from you, and you can relax the bent right knee out the other way. So the left leg is pointed, left foot is pointed, and the left leg is turned out slightly from the top of the thigh, aiming for your foot to be towards the floor until you get the stretch on your inner thigh and maybe going up into the pubic bone. Now bend your left knee to bring it back above the hip, and then straighten it again. Bring your right knee back up in line. So back to a flexed left foot, not turned in, just flexed. So now isolate the left leg across the body. So the hip doesn't come off to begin with. You just see how far you can take the leg across. Keep straight behind the knee. Keep reaching away through the heel, pulling the front of the foot down towards you. And now you can relax the bent right knee out of the way and slowly let that left hip roll off, keeping the left shoulder blade stabilized on the mat and aiming for the left leg to be parallel to the floor. Check your wrist alignment here, and we're going to stay here for roughly half a minute. So use your breath to stay completely relaxed. Let that left leg just be supported by your band. If you've got anywhere that's particularly tight, visualize your breath into that area and visualize that tension releasing. And now bend your left knee into your chest, use your core, come back to the center and take the band away. So we're going to now wake ourselves up a little bit more with the hundreds. We'll do it in 2 lots of 50, as some of you I haven't taught for a while. So using your core, come into your double knee fold, bring your ankles and knees together. So each of you just do this at your own level with your legs extended. It's slightly easier to have your legs high, it's slightly more challenging to have your legs low. At any point you feel your back arching, you need to come back into neutral. Anytime you feel you're using your neck, either engage your abdominals more or come back temporarily onto the mat. So let's go. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, roll yourself up, extend your arms and extend your legs. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 20. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 30. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 40. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 50. Bend your knees in, curl yourself back down. You can hug your knees into your chest. Take a couple of deep breaths here to recover, and then we'll do the next 50. So back to your knees being above the hips. Still keep the knees connected, the feet connected, arms by your side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl yourself up, lengthen your arms and extend your legs. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 60. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 80. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 90. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 100. Bend your knees in. Curl yourself back down, hug your knees into your chest. And put your hands on your knees, keep your knees together and do a few little circles around the outside of your lower back and the pelvis. Drawing your knees up to your chest as you come back to the center. And then go the other way. Really try to get right onto the outside edge. It feels really good. And then draw your knees in to the center, up to your chest. And then using your core, come out of your double knee fold. Lengthen your legs along the mat. Put your hands on your thighs. And then roll yourself up or come onto your side to come to sitting. Sit tall and then lengthen your body over your legs. Get a nice stretch here. Draw your toes towards you. Breathe into your back so you feel the back of your ribcage expanding. And then restack your spine to sitting nice and tall. Great. Okay, so come to standing. Try and not use your arms, use your quads. And we'll do our roll down routine. Going into plank. We'll do one straight roll down where we don't go into the plank, and then we'll do 3 where we do our plank. I'll talk you through this routine for those of you who aren't very familiar with it. But to begin with, come back to standing in good standing posture, feet hip width apart, pelvis in neutral, no tension in the buttocks, but a gentle engagement in your core, pelvic floor and lower abdominals. Have a nice lengthened spine away from the pelvis, neck lengthening away from the shoulders. So as you breathe in to lengthen through your spine, keep your shoulders down and get your breath into the base of your rib cage. And then starting from the very top of your neck, all 7 vertebrae in the neck, roll yourself down. Keep your arms relaxed, your head relaxed. Keep your weight through the center of your feet and just roll down however far your back feels comfortable doing so. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths, focusing your breath into the back of your rib cage. So you really have that awareness of your rib cage expanding out at the back. And then pulling in your core, tucking your pelvis around, restack your spine, working all the way from the pelvis, and the rest of your spine lengthens on up. So for the next 3, we're going to go into our plank. You can do as many press-ups as you like, no more than 10. And then, but if you do less than 10, just hold the plank until we've all finished. And then we'll go into a long downward dog plank. So breathe in to lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, roll yourself down. So at the bottom of the roll down, stay here for a deep breath, focusing that breath into your back. And then walk yourself into your plank. So shoulders over your wrists, don't sink into your wrists, keep your abdominals engaged. And in your own time, do your press-ups. Remember, you're keeping nice and strong through the back. You're just simply bending the elbows and then straightening them again. I'm going to do one more. So from here, keep your hands where they are. Take your hips back, your heels to the mat, your head to the mat. Get a really good downward dog stretch here. And then bring your hands halfway back in. Come onto your tiptoes. Still keep your head between your arms. And then bend one knee as you get the other heel to the floor. And then up onto tiptoes with both legs straight. And then swap over. We're going to do about 8 of these. The focus on this is really getting that heel to stretch the floor. And then you get that nice stretch through the calf, through the back of the heel. And depending on how tight you are, if you're very tight, you want to bring your hands slightly nearer to your legs. Do one more on each side. And if you're not very tight, keep your arms further away. So then come on to tiptoes. Then see how far you can get both your heels to the floor or the mat. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Hold on to the back of your legs wherever is comfortable, but keep straight behind the knee. Breathe in here. And then drop your arms, pull in your core, and curl yourself back up from the pelvis. So we're going to do 2 more of those. Just do it at the level that suits you. You don't have to do so many press-ups. So breathe in, lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, roll yourself down. Don't hurry the roll down in an effort to get the plank over and done with. Just enjoy this roll down. Keep the head really relaxed, the arms relaxed, all the way down. Stay in the roll down for a breath. And then get yourself into your plank. So you can either hold your plank, add a few press-ups. Two more. Keep your hands where they are. Get a long downward dog stretch, reaching your heels to the floor, your head to the floor, your hips up to the ceiling. Stretch away. Now bring your hands back to the level that you want to get a good stretch in your calves as you do your walking on the spot. Each time come back up to both legs being straight, so you stretch behind the knee. And do one more on each side. Then up onto tiptoes on both legs. Reach both heels towards the floor as far as you can go. Then walk your hands back towards your legs. Hold on to the back of your calf wherever you can comfortably reach, keeping your knees straight, and flatten out your body towards your legs. And then let your arms drop. Pull in your core, tuck your pelvis around, and roll yourself up. So in your own time, at your own pace, we'll do one more of those. Each time holding the roll down at the bottom. Get that really good stretch each time, going a tiny bit further, hopefully. And walk yourself into your plank. add your press-ups. One more. Long downward dog stretch. Each time, again, hopefully you're getting a bit more of a stretch, your head a bit nearer to the mat, heels a touch nearer to the mat. Then walk your hands back to whatever position. You're going to get a good stretch in your calves. Do your walking on the spot. So with this walking on the spot, you want to keep your hip bones parallel to the floor. So you're just taking one knee straight in as you bend it, and the other heel straight down. So you're not shifting at the hips. The hips stay level. And as you ease up, you might find that you can go a little bit quicker. That's not the idea. The idea is to get that stretch. So if you're still very tight, then really make the most of that stretch, even if you don't do so many. Now see how far you can get both your heels to the mat. Walk your hands back. So we're going to do a flat back stretch here and then some extra hamstring stretches. So first of all, flatten out your body towards your legs. And now let your arms drop. Bend your knees so you can get more of your hand on the mat than you could otherwise do so. Keep that hand position and then see how far you can straighten behind the knees. Don't snap open behind the knees. Just ease open. Going to do about 5 of these. So the heels stay grounded and you're lengthening your bottom away from the heels. You can be quite strong and intense. Just do it at your own level. I'm going to do one more. And then roll yourself up. Well done, everyone. That's great. Okay, so let's do the giraffe and get a bit of rotation in our spine. And also we get a nice opening through the inside leg. So with the feet pointed out, and you're going to hinge from these hip creases and come forward with a flat back. And then just let your head and your arms relax down. We'll stay in the middle here just for a couple of breaths. So remember, you're keeping both your legs straight. You're not bending at one knee, and your hips stay where they are. So you're just going to rotate. Let's start by rotating through the waist over towards your left leg with your right arm coming across and holding on the outside of that leg. And then your left arm long, rotating up to the ceiling. It's like you're wrapping your rib cage around your spine. Look towards your fingers up at the ceiling, so you're getting as much movement in your neck as possible. And then after a breath, you bring that top arm down. Both hands come back to the center. Just check your hips where they were, and then you rotate through your waist to bring over your right arm now, right leg with your left arm coming across and your right arm coming up to the ceiling. So the first time each side, don't rotate too much to see how tight your back is. Stay here for a full breath, looking towards your fingers up at the ceiling. Then bring that top arm down, come back to the center. Let's do 2 more each side, alternating each time. As you loosen up, you can take your rotation a little bit more by using the hand on the outside of your leg and then taking your upper arm further back. So just do this at your own pace. If you find that one side is a bit tighter than the other, you can stay there for an extra breath. So just hold on behind your leg at whatever level is comfortable. Don't force anything. And when you've done 3 each side, come back to the center. You might want to take your legs a bit wider if you want, and then just Get your hands and your head relaxed down, and we'll stay here for a few breaths to get that really nice stretch in your inner thighs. And then you can heel toe your feet back to hip width apart. Drop your head, relax your arms, pull in your core, tuck your pelvis around, and roll yourself back up. Well done. Okay, so let's come back onto our mats. We're going to do a bit of abdominal work. So come to sitting on the end of your mat. Tuck your pelvis under and roll yourself back. Now, if you've got, we'll do our core work first. If you've got a ball, now is the time to put that underneath your pelvis. If not, you just maintain neutral pelvis on the mat. So remember, if you're on the ball, make sure there's no arching in your back. Just tuck your pelvis around a touch. And then using your core, come into a double knee fold. You can have one arm around your waist or both arms around your waist. So we're going to do our foot up to the ceiling and then lower. So you're going to point one foot up to the ceiling, stretch behind that leg, and then you lower that leg towards the floor. Then keep that leg straight. Use your core to bring the leg above your hips, and then bend back into a knee fold. And then alternate the legs, so you point the other foot up to the ceiling. Use your core to lower that leg towards the floor. Use your core to draw that straight leg back up to the ceiling, and bend back into a knee fold. So we're going to do 10 in total. So it'll be 5 on each side, and then you can say another 4 on each side. So just go according to your core. If you've got a ball and both arms around your waist, take your time not to go off center. So all the time you're using that lower transverse abdominal exercise muscle even to stay stable. You can challenge yourself by going a little bit lower when you've got a straight leg. But the pelvis doesn't come with you, it stays back in its neutral position. So when you've done your 10, you can hug your knees into your chest. I've lost count, but I'm going to do one more on each side. So hopefully you can really feel that in that lower abdominal. Good, and then hug your knees in. And then still using your core, come out of your double knee fold. And then if you've got the ball underneath your pelvis, take it away and roll your spine back onto the mat. So the next abdominal exercise we're going to do is the half teaser. Half teaser doesn't mean to say it's half as difficult as teaser, it's just as difficult, but it just has one leg up. So have your legs together, knees and feet, but take your feet away as far as you can, but still keeping them flat on the mat. So I will start with our arms by our side. I'm going to extend my right leg, but my knees stay together. And then you breathe in, you roll your head and your neck up, and then your arms come above your leg. Stay here, take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your pelvis under, and then you can take your arms by your side. If you want to challenge a bit more, you have your arms behind your head, breathing in and breathing out to come on up. Stay here, take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your pelvis under, bring your arms above your head. So you can either start with your arms by your side or above your head. We'll do one more on this side. Come up, use your abdominals. Now on this third one, hold on to your leg wherever you can reach. Obviously the higher you rolled up, the further towards your foot you can reach. And then the other arm, take it behind you to get some rotation. Come back. Your knees are still staying together. And then you take this arm behind you. Come back, arms above your leg, tuck your pelvis under and roll yourself back down. So let's swap over. We're going to do 3 each side and then another set. So now I'm extending my left leg, my knees are still staying together. So let's do 3 at whatever level you want. Use your abdominals to come up, not your shoulders, sit nice and tall for a breath and then come back. Now make sure as you come back evenly on both sides. You don't wobble onto one side. And on the third one, we'll do our rotation. So hold on to wherever you can reach. Take one arm behind you, keeping the legs together. So it doesn't matter if you can hold behind the knee, wherever you can comfortably reach. Arms above, and then roll yourself back down. So we'll do 3 or more on each side. If you find that you can't do that, you can always just go and do your straight roll backs. And if you find that having your arms above your head, you can't come up, then start with your arms by your side. Doesn't matter if you don't come up very smoothly, just use your abdominals until you do come up. If the other foot comes a little bit off the mat, that's fine. And on the third one, we'll do a bit of rotation with it. So hold on to wherever you can reach. One arm at the back. So the last 3 with the other leg extended. Try and keep your arms above your legs if you can, sitting tall. Tuck your pelvis under control, coming back down. And on the third one, we'll add a bit of rotation. Arms above the legs, pulling your core, tuck the pelvis under and control, coming back down. Well done. Okay, we're going to do the rollover later. I'll just give ourselves a little breather. We're going to come back up to standing and we'll do our arm weights. So extend your legs along the mat, hands by your legs, and roll yourself up. Sitting tall, let's get another stretch over our legs. And then restacking your spine to sit nice and tall. So come to standing again. And then get your arm weights. So with your arm weights, you need to stand with your feet hip width apart. Feel nice and solid and grounded from the pelvis into the floor, but then that sense of length in your spine, shoulders relaxed, Remember, you're not using any of your upper shoulder or neck muscles. If you are, then just miss a few repetitions or drop down a weight. You're working from your upper arm only. So we're going to start with our arms in line with our shoulders, palms down. Turn your palms up as you bring them into your shoulders. As you straighten your arms, your palms go back down. So we're going to do 3 sets of 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now take your arms out to the side, not too far back. They don't want to be too far back. So just in front of your shoulders, palms up as you bring your weights in. As you straighten your arms, your palms go down. Keep standing tall, keep your core working. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now bring your arms into your collarbones, up to the ceiling. Make sure you straighten at the arms, at the elbows, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms by your side, up to your shoulders and down to your hips. So you're not swaying the body. Use your core to keep your body still. You're just working from your upper arms. And now out to the side. As the arms come up, the shoulders stay down. 3, 4, and 5. So let's do our second set. At any point that you find if you're bringing in your shoulders or your neck, then you can do without the weights, but just imagine you've got the weights to create your own sense of resistance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out to the side, arms up as you bring them in, as you straighten, arms down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into your collarbone, up to the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms by your side, up to your shoulders and down to the hips. 5, and out to the side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll do one more set. Give your shoulders a little release and wriggle. And the last set coming up. Core in, standing tall, palms in and then palms down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out to the side, not too far back, up and in, straighten and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into your collarbone and up to the ceiling. Really make sure you stretch at those elbows. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then arms by your side, up to your shoulders. 3, 4, 5, out to the side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done, brilliant. Put the weights down. Let's give ourselves a nice stretch. So take one arm just below the shoulders and draw it across the body. Now pull the arm from above the elbow across the body, but keep the shoulder down and draw the shoulder back. Sorry, I've got my microphone on this side, so I'm being told not to muffle it. Goodness knows what you're hearing. And now to stretch our triceps, either interlink your fingers behind your back or just push this elbow up. You're trying to get the stretch in the back of your arms. We're going to do a triceps exercise in a minute, so let's open that out. Keep the tummy pulled in, hips forward, so you're arching your back. Try not to compromise your neck. And then let's swap arms. So bring your arm across the body and then draw it across the body from above the elbow. Keep this shoulder down and draw the shoulder back as you draw it across the body. So you're trying to get this stretch through the top of your arm here. And then the triceps on this side, either interlinking your fingers. Sometimes you can do it one way, not the other. If you're not, then just push your elbow up to the ceiling. No arching in the back, so tummy in, hips forward. And release. Great. So let's do that triceps exercise now. It also is very good for strengthening the buttocks. So we're going to come back to sitting on your mat. And have your legs in line with the hips. So for this one, we'll just do one kick on each side for this week, for those that haven't been to my classes for a while. And then we can increase that as you wish. But if you don't want to kick your leg up, you don't have to. So let's start with our fingers just behind our lower back, pointing in. Don't have them pointing away. They must be pointing in. You're going to keep your arms straight all the time, and you're going to keep your core pulled in. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift your pelvis up. Just do a straight lift, this first one. Stay here for a breath, and then keep your arms straight as you lower your body back down onto the mat. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, pull in your core and lift the pelvis. So let's try lift on each side. Keep that pelvis lifted and level. Don't let it drop. Kick up with one leg, then kick up with the other leg, and then lower your arms. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift. Kick up with one leg, kick up with the other, and lower. So come off your wrists, whether they're hurting or not, and do some wrist circles. Also clench your fists and flick your fingers just to release your forearms, and then come back to our starting position. We're going to do 2 more sets of those. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift. Kick with one leg, kick with the other leg, and lower. Take a breath in. Breathe out, lift. Keep the pelvis lifted as you kick and lower. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift, kick, and lower. Come off your wrists. So if you feel, we're going to do 1 more set. If you don't do the kicking, you don't have to. If you just find that lifting is enough, then just hold that there. So we'll do 1 more set here. You don't have to do all 3. Just join in as you wish. Keep the arms straight, shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift, kick, and lower. Take a breath in. Breathe out, lift, kick, and lower. We'll do 1 more set. Take a breath in. Breathe out, lift, kick, and lower. Well done. So come off your wrists, do some wrist circles, clench your fists and flick your fingers. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to do that rollover for our abdominals. I will go through the various levels with you, and then from here on you know which level will suit you. You mustn't have your head mat, and I'm actually going to take my clip out of my hair and then roll yourself back. So I'll run through the various levels. If you've done this with me a lot in class, then just go straight to the level that suits you. So everybody come in to your double knee fold. So the easiest one is with your knees bent right into your ankles crossed. Everyone have their arms above their head, unless you are going on the more advanced one, which is where you have your arms straight up above your chest. So for this, you're using your lower abdominals. So you draw your knees into your chest, just go as far as you can go according to your back, keep the knees right down, and then you use your abdominals to lengthen your back on. So even if you can just go a tiny bit, hold that there for a breath and release. So I want you to do 6 of these, so keep going at your own pace. The next level is the feet hip width apart with the feet flexed. Lift the heels to the ceiling and then take your legs over your body. Stay here for breath, and then you come back down to your starting position. Don't take your legs further than the hips, they stay there. So let's do 4 more. So either do it that level for those that have been doing it for a while, or if you've been doing it for a while at home. The full one is with the legs along the mat together. As you lift, you're not arching the back, so use your core to bring your legs up, and then roll your legs over your body. If you can get them right over your body, it's really nice to hold on to your feet, to reach your way through your back. It's like you're pressing your back to the wall behind you or in front of you. And then you roll your spine back down onto the mat. And again, as you lower your legs to the floor, don't arch your back. For the advanced one, for those of you who've been building up to this, you can have your arms above your chest. Try not to create momentum, keep it nice and smooth. And think of lengthening your spine away from the shoulders as you come back down. So 2 more. At whatever level you're doing it, just hold it there for a breath and then come back down. For those of you who've been doing it with me in class, it takes months to do the full one. A lot of you are getting there. So 1 more. Well done, everybody. So that's it's a hard exercise, that, but it's really worth persevering at any level that is good for you. Okay, so let's come onto our fronts, and we're going to do the Cobra. So roll yourself up, or just come straight over onto your front. Let's put my hair back up again, out of the way. So the Cobra position, remember, whenever you lie on your front, you don't want your chest compressed up towards your throat. Your legs are wider than your hips, with your heels turned towards each other. And your hip bones should be on the mat. And then you have your arms wide, so you don't want them scrunched up next to you. You want to have a sense of space and opening across the front of your chest. Your thumb is pretty much in line with your eye, which is where the top vertebra in your spine is. So breathe in. Imagine you've got that marble in front of your nose. Roll that marble off the mat. Use the muscles between your shoulder blades to lift your chest away as long as possible. And then when you need a little bit of help, don't push into your arms. Just transfer a bit of weight into your arms, but still use the muscles between your shoulder blades to come up as far as your back will allow. We're going to do 6 of these, so don't push it for the first few. Stay up in your Cobra for a full breath, and then as you come back down, keep your tummy scooped in, get your elbows back on the mat as soon as possible, so you use the muscles between your shoulder blades as much as possible, lengthening your spine with your neck and your head coming down last. So do 5 more of these in your own time, at whatever level is comfortable. Keep your hip bones on the mat, don't use your buttocks. Keep pulling in through your core to protect your lower back. Don't push off with your hands, but just transfer the weight as your body comes further up. Staying here for a full breath. Think about lengthening through the front of your spine, all the way from the pubic bone, all the way up through your front of your neck. Shoulders stay down and open, scooping your core in and tummy in as you come back down. Elbows onto the mat as soon as possible. And always lengthening your spine from the lower back, so you're never putting any compression down towards your lower back. So when you've done your 6, you can come into your rest position. So you're working each vertebra one at a time. You're not just pushing off, hinging from a particular point. See how far you can lift your chest away just using muscles between the shoulder blades before you transfer more weight into your hands. Keep the hip bones on the mat all the time. The further you come up, still keep the hip bones down and lengthen away from those hip bones. I'm going to do one more. Don't forget to keep your core engaged. So when you've done your Cobra, come into your rest position, feet together, knees apart, dropping your buttocks back onto your heels. Keep your arms straight above your head and your forehead down to the mat. And then stay sitting on your heels, really stacking your spine from the base to sitting nice and tall. And now let's go lean a little bit further back and we get a nice stretch through the knees and the quads. Take your arms back behind you. Don't arch your back. Keep the hips forward and tummy in and just get that nice stretch. Really nice stretch. Also along the shins, through the front of the ankle if you're tight there. And then come to sitting back up nice and tall. Great, we've just got enough time to finish with a nice sitting stretch. So come with your legs hip width apart on the mat. So I'm going to take my right foot to the outside of my left leg. You can either hug your right knee with your elbow or put the outside of your right elbow on the inside of your right knee. And then rotate through your waist to bring your left hand behind your back. So don't have it too far away, otherwise you're leaning back, excuse me. You want it near your lower back and then get that nice rotational stretch. And come back to the front. So you can either hug, excuse me, either hug your right knee with your left elbow Or put the outside of your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, your right hand behind your lower back, and look over your right shoulder. Using your hand on the outside of the knee to get that extra rotation. And then come back to the center. Let's swap legs. Each time you have to readjust yourself so you're on your sit bones. So now my left foot is on the outside of my right leg. I'm going to hug my left knee with my right elbow, or my outside of my right elbow on the outside of my left knee, and look over my left shoulder with my left hand behind my lower back, sitting nice and tall. Get a really good stretch. Come back to the center and either hug your left knee with your left elbow or the outside of your left elbow on the inside of your left knee, and look over your right shoulder. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. Lefts and rights. And then come back to the center, straighten your legs and give them a little shake. Well, thank you very much. Brilliant. Well done, everybody.